What is up, everybody? Coming at you again. What we're going to be discussing today is the 5 things that I wish I would have known, utilized, and realized before having the bariatric surgery. Fifth thing I wish I would have known before having the surgery is utilizing my support group. So when you make the decision on having the bariatric surgery, you are going to have the support group there. But mainly family, but also some friends that are going to be there to support you no matter what. And I wish I would have utilized them a little more in the beginning, because I did have a hiccup in the middle of the process where I actually gained weight that slowed me down. At that point was when I did have my epiphany that this whole thing could have been taken away. At that point, I started utilizing my support group, not only talking with them, but also asking for help. One thing that a lot of people lack is asking for help. Number one thing, when a man's out, they don't know how to get there, they're not going to ask for directions. Now we just pull it up on our phone. But even to that extent, we know where we're going. We know how to get there. We have that mentality of we know what we're doing. But utilizing that support group will actually make this whole process easier, because you have someone that's going to lend their ear. In my case, I had someone there that helped me get back into working out, getting off the couch, doing things, staying busy. The pre-process is the hardest, because that's when your whole lifestyle is going to change. Utilize your support group. They're there to help. They are there to help. Utilize that resource that we have. Be resourceful this whole process. Support group is the 5th thing I wish I would have known right when I made the decision. Listen, I need to utilize these people because they are there to help me. They want you to succeed. They want you to lose weight. They want you to live longer. They want you to have a better quality of life. Utilize that support group. They're there for a reason. This is all going to come around. Like I said, this channel, I want this to be another outlet. I want this to be a support community, helping each other. There's a whole lifestyle change. The whole process of any type of weight loss, and even especially the bariatric surgery, it's life changing. You have to make this life change. So utilize that support group. They're there for a reason. They want to help. Utilize that help. Don't let it go to waste. The 4th thing that I wish I would have put a lot more equity into was the utilization of working out. Like anybody who does work a 9-to-5 job or has a hectic life, we do tend to make those excuses. And I was one of them. Always had a tough time getting to the gym. The hardest thing for me was getting to the gym. That's why this is on this list. The reason being is after the fact. Now I can kind of Monday morning quarterback this because of the struggles I'm going through now, but building your body up before the surgery, that is important, because after you have the surgery, where your body stands at that point for what your intake of food is going to be, you're going to be in a caloric deficit. So that is what's going to drive a lot of the weight loss. With not building my body up, I lost a lot of whatever muscle I did have. The other thing, I wasn't religiously going. So as I reverted to back in the 5th thing I wish I would have utilized more, support group, I asked for help. I asked my brother-in-law to go to the gym with me every morning, and he did. Not only was he helping me, as he said, he was helping himself get back into shape. Utilizing fitness and building your body up will help withstand a lot of the deteriorations that I had after the surgery. Now I'm starting even further back than where I was. Lost all my strength. tends to happen to lose a little bit, but the dramatic drop off I've seen was from my lack at the very beginning and also directly afterwards. Now, I will go into a little further detail on that, but it's going to be a whole nother video. But the fourth thing I wish I would have utilized more was working out and putting that as a main focus. Third thing I wish I would have been more resourceful on, and the utilization of it, was nutrition. Not only is nutrition going to help you through the pre-process of losing weight, so when you submit that approval to the insurance companies, it's going to be no problem. They notice that you are trying, you are getting in the right mindset, so on and so forth. But the other thing, it's going to educate you afterwards, because as I was saying previously, once you have the surgery and your new stomach is only going to be able to withstand a certain calorie intake, because we can only eat so much, or we can only drink so much protein shakes, so on and so forth. So with us being in a caloric deficit compared to what our body's burning at even a sedentary position, not working out, anything of that nature, not being too active, we are going to burn a whole lot more. So we are eventually going to hit a plateau. So utilizing nutrition not only in the beginning to help lose weight, but also get in the right mindset and develop the good habits of meal prepping. One thing I never did was meal prep. Easiest thing ever. Because the number one excuse that we go to McDonald's and we go to Burger King and we go to Five Guys and we go to the pizza shop at lunch is, I didn't have time to cook yesterday. Oh, I was running late, didn't have time. Same kind of excuse for the gym, didn't have time. Meal prepping was kind of mind blasting for me, because what it did, if you had an hour a day, even on a Sunday, that's when I did mine, I would basically go to the store, get a big thing of chicken, chop it up, and actually weigh it out. And then I would get frozen vegetables, and I would also use rice. So what this was doing, it was not only allowing me to track better, instead of when I didn't care, just throwing scoops and scoops and scoops onto a plate. It actually allowed me to see, wow, I'm full and I ate so much less than I used to. Getting in those good habits. Once again, this is one thing I fell short on, especially at the beginning when I made the decision, because I don't feel I was mentally prepared enough to go through with the process. So when I realized and started utilizing not only meal prep, but also throwing a protein shake in there, we have to get used to it. Using the nutrition beforehand, so that when after the fact and after we run through our weight loss, where now we're burning the same amount as what we can intake, because we are going to hit that point. If we're not at the goal we want to be, or the physique we want to be, we need to make those adjustments. We're doing the calculation and eat 1,500 calories, but I'm only burning 1,500 calories, but I want to lose another 20 pounds. Now we have to start utilizing this. Remember, the bariatric surgery is a tool. If we don't use the tool, it's going to get dusty. In our case, if we get dusty, we start eating too many calories again. Basic math shows we're going to gain weight. And once you start noticing that plateau, that's when you really have to start diving in, doing the math, saying, okay, this is where I'm at now. Where do I want to go? Set those goals. This is all focused around not only the fitness side, but the nutrition side, because we have to control what goes in our body. Alright guys, number 2. We are at number 2. We're getting down to the nitty gritty. As you can tell, as I was going through last 2, I did fall off the wagon, especially pre-surgery. Reason being is because of number 2. One thing I wish I would have known is this: the power of my mind. Getting in the right mindset to succeed. Because if we're going through it and realizing that, oh, I'm just going in, I just have to get weighed as long as I'm losing a pound here or there. Getting in the right mindset, taking it serious. We have to get approved for this tool for us to save our lives, to prolong our lives, to have a more quality life and longer. Getting in the right mindset. And that came during that third month. That third weigh-in when I gained weight. So when I realized, I was like, whoa. These people are trying to help me. These doctors, these nutritionists, my primary care doctor, my support group, they're all trying to help me. And I'm letting them down. I can't hold up my end of the bargain. But then I realized that I gotta want this for me though too, because this is my health. And you start asking your questions. Do I want a longer life? Yeah. Do I not want to take pills every day? Yeah. Do I want to be happier? Yeah. Getting in the right mindset, realizing that this is a tremendous opportunity. Success comes from being prepared when that opportunity arises. That's how success works. And I was not. Starting off the process, I was not prepared. I was drifting through like a leaf in fall when it falls off the tree. That's kind of how I was going. I was like, hopefully it takes me there. And that was the point where I knew the mindset was going to get me through. Set goals. Don't make excuses. Those excuses are what got me to where I was. Got me to being obese. Got me to having hypertension. Got me to having sleep apnea. And that's when it all flipped. And not only will this help during your bariatric journey, even your weight loss journey, because even doing any type of weight loss, any type of diet, reason is we don't have the right mindset. I knew it was necessary, but how much stock did you want to buy in it? And the biggest thing is staying positive during those bad times. We all have bad times. It's life. Frank Sinatra said it the best. That's life. You say yes. Once you say yes, I want to do this, start making the changes then. Start getting in the right mindset then. Number one thing that I wish I would have known and realized, more of a realization, is everything that I did nutritionally and fitness wise and even mindset wise was wrong. Because if any of it was right, I wouldn't be in this situation. I wouldn't be having the health problems. I wouldn't be overweight. Telling yourself you are wrong is hard. It is hard saying, I'm wrong. How am I wrong? I'm always right. Came out of my mouth. I'm right. Telling yourself you're wrong is so hard. Telling someone else they're wrong, that's easy. No, you're wrong. Google it. Telling yourself that everything I did my whole life when I actually started necessarily feeding myself and making these decisions for myself was wrong. Because realizing that will help with number two. It'll help you get in the mindset. It'll help you utilize better fitness. It'll help you with your nutrition. Because we did do everything wrong. Like I said, remember we were scooping them potatoes on. We're like, that's all the steak I'm getting when you're at the buffet? Everything was wrong. And telling yourself that you're wrong is so hard, you don't want to do it. But it is necessary. I wish I would have said, you know what? I messed up. Everything I did was wrong. everything I did was flawed. But it didn't. It didn't happen until that 3rd month when I realized that when everything could have been taken away is when I needed to change. And that was the realization. That was when I started to see that light through the tunnel. And then that was when I realized that I wish when I was researching this that someone would have came out and said, "You're wrong." If we kind of put ourselves in this situation, that there are health factors outside of that do drive obesity, lack of mobility, but when we realize that freedom, we put that food in our mouth. Remember, as I was saying, be responsible for what goes in. Always be responsible for what you're putting in your body, because you're the one that's putting it in there. No one's force feeding you. No one's got the little choo-choo train or the airplane coming towards your mouth. You have to realize that you've made a mistake, and I've made mistakes. Everybody's made mistakes. Remember when I said knowing your failures and learning from them? Knowing your failures. Well, guess what? That was a pretty big failure, because look where it led me. It led me to being 550 pounds. Pretty much on my way out. Guess what? This just gave new life, new quality of life, longer life. Not only that, but wanting to learn more. Man, I wish I would have knew this before. Man, let me do some research. There's nothing out there. Allowing me to realize that I want to help. I want to help. I want people to be a little more prepared than I was. I was prepared. I knew exactly what was going to happen. I knew I was going to have to do 6 months. Knew I was going to have to do a psychological eval. Knew I was going to have to go to cardiologist. I knew the whole outline of what the surgery was going to be. But the little things, nutrition, fitness, mindset, saying you're wrong. Wish I would have knew that. It would have been a whole lot easier. And I feel I would have been in a whole lot better situation now as far as my weight loss and my physique and having an easier time. But can't go back. Can't go back in time. Can't go in the future. Can't see where we're going to be. So we got to deal with it now. And that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to help. If anybody out there going through this whole lifestyle change had the surgery already or is debating on having the surgery, let me know some of the things that you've dealt with that you wish you would have known beforehand. But that's not only going to make everyone else who had the surgery better, because it's going to affect us now too, but it's going to help other people, because this surgery is going to save so many lives. But it's not only going to save them, allow them to be here, but it's going to change their quality of life. So give back. Give back. Utilize utilize my mistakes. Things I wish I would have known. Things I wish I would have utilized. Things that wish I would have realized. Utilize that. Put comments down below, as I said, for anything that you've went through the process, or having issues with making a decision. Is it right for me? What do I need to do? That's what I want to do. And even if you don't want to go through the bariatric surgery, this is going to help you through your weight loss journey, because any type of weight loss requires you to make these dramatic decisions. And not only decision, but changes. That's what I want this channel to be. Tell me your successes. Because what's that's going to do? That's going to jack us up. That's going to jack other people up. It's going to motivate. Motivation is the #1 thing. Getting in the right mindset to attack things I wish I would have known before my surgery. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Comment down below. Help me help you. Together we will succeed.